Hello everyone! Today I have a fun little story from my time at art school. How I caught someone tracing art during our end of year assessment and what happened afterwards. So a few years ago I was studying animation at university, and at the end of our course we were meant to create a portfolio to share with the class. It needed to include all the work we completed over the course of the year, as well as anything cool we wanted to show off. A lot of people would include art they made in their free time, and it was really cool to see how everyone had improved. These portfolios were then shared over Zoom from home, as this was at the tail end of the pandemic. Everything was going perfectly fine. I was enjoying listening to everyone talk about their work, and my own presentation went by without a problem. But then my classmate gets up to talk. I didn't know this person very well and hadn't interacted with her very much, so I wasn't familiar with their work. However, as soon as their art came up on screen, I could just tell it was traced. See, traced art has this specific look to it. Kind of like how you can just tell when something is AI generated. I think it has something to do with the line weight, but the main thing that tipped me off for it being traced was the fact that I had already seen the original art online. They had traced a popular piece of Demon Slayer fan art and turned it into a picture of them and their boyfriend. And just clarifying, it wasn't referenced. It was clearly traced exactly from the original piece. As their presentation went on, more and more art pieces in various different art styles were shown on screen. I didn't recognize any of them, but they all had that same traced look to each piece. I couldn't prove it though, and a lot of beginner artists tend to experiment with their art styles, so I thought that maybe it was just the one piece they had traced. However, I couldn't shake the feeling that their entire portfolio, including classwork, was copied from existing material. I didn't have my webcam or mic on, so I decided to do some digging. I jumped onto Instagram and typed Demon Slayer art into the search bar and began my investigation. After 10 minutes of scrolling, I found something. It was the original piece of another one of the art pieces they showed in their presentation. My suspicions were slowly being confirmed. I checked out the My Hero Academia tag, and again, I found more of the original pieces they had traced from, all from different artists too. I couldn't find a match to every single piece, but this was more than enough to prove my theory. I began to wonder what I should do with this information. Tracing in university is taken extremely seriously due to copyright, and if this person had plagiarized most or even all of their work, then someone probably should speak up and report them. However, this is when I decided to stick my nose out of the situation and just let it be. I was already dealing with so much stuff in my own life, I absolutely could not be bothered adding this on top of it all. So I just sat back, sent a few texts to my sister to laugh about it, and went about my life. A few weeks later, our grades were released. We were all so excited to see how we did and were chatting in the group chat about it. However, not everyone was so happy. The tracer had failed the course. This actually surprised me, as I thought they had at least done enough to get a passing grade. I don't know if someone else reported them to the teachers, but they were obviously quite upset that all their hard work had gone to waste. I did feel some sympathy towards them. But at the same time, I knew that you can't just claim someone else's hard work as your own and expect to reap the rewards. If you want to get good at something, you need to put in the effort to practice and improve your skills. You're not going to get better at drawing just by staring at a screen and hoping something suddenly clicks. Sure, you can analyze other people's art to see how they achieved certain techniques, but tracing isn't automatically going to make you a better artist. Well, you win some, you lose some. Anyway, I'm glad my school days are over. Have you ever caught someone tracing? What happened? I'm nosy and I want the tea. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you later this week. I'm making a video on how I made commission work my full-time job. So if you have any questions, let me know and I'll answer them in the video. Alright, I'll see you later. Bye!